What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and ADA. We're going to look at those on the one-day time frame and try to rip through it as fast as I can here for you guys. Want to be fast and efficient. So what I want to cover here is Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $59,305. We're down about 1.72%. In the last video, what we were looking at was this red line here of 63,641. I was talking to you guys how that was the most important area for us to get over top of. That was our previous highs candle body close, and that's what we needed to break up through. What we saw was some rejection there, and now we've actually dropped down below our support area of $60,000. The next area that we're looking to find support off of is this 57,588. So guys, always watch this because it's important. Remember, on the last video, I was really emphasizing the volume. And the reason why I mentioned that is because I want you to watch these things. Because if you don't get that big volume on the way back up here, it's just going to be a little reaction. Then many times you'll get another move to the downside. So what we're actually going to need here is to find a nice bullish candle off one of these support areas on some volume. So we can actually see it get up and through some of these higher areas. So for Bitcoin right now, guys, overall in the shorter term, I believe we definitely still could go lower. We could obviously test this 57,588. We could even go as low as roughly about 52,764. And in my opinion, that would still be okay as long as we hold this area right in here is what I really want to hold. Bitcoin has deep retracements. And guys, if we pull out our fib here, just to give you an example. So if we go from our low to our high of this move here, if we come back to the 0.5, that could put us back at that 53,382 down to the 0.618. That put us at $50,000, and we still could continue to move in this uptrend in the days and weeks to come. So, you know, things could get a little more violent to the downside in the days to come, but I'm still anticipating higher prices. I don't think $67,000 was our all-time high for Bitcoin. I feel like once we find this support, we're most likely going to go a little bit higher. And, you know, really watch these areas, guys, at 57,588 and then at 52,764. But that's the reason why I emphasize the volume. This move here, we wanted to see it on heavier volume. We are on below average volume. You see that? And that showed the bears that we potentially could have another leg down. So right now, everything's still anticipated. We just need to get up through these higher levels. We're going to be patient. I think there was a lot of liquidations that was taking place right there, a lot of stop hunting by the big whales. And I just feel like, you know, we definitely could go lower. It will really scare people extremely bad, but we still have room to go lower, find support, and then continue this run to the upside. I just don't think we're done yet. And, you know, guys, none of this is financial advice because this is Bitcoin. Anything can change. You know, there can be announcements from all over the world that can break while we're sleeping at night. So when I'm just looking at price action here, I do believe we can go higher. But right now in the shorter term, we got to find some of this support here. So if we take a look at our VMC, our VWAP here, we have moved to the downside. We're at negative 11.97. Money flow still is healthy in the green here. That's not looking too bad. If we bounce out to our relative strength index, we're still at 50, or we're still above 50. Right now we're at 54. So we want to see that 50 hold, see if we can find some support off that. If we do go a little bit lower, I'd want to stay above 40 is going to be the areas that I'm looking at there. So main thing, guys, just looking for volume, looking for support, being patient, knowing that we still could go a little bit lower and continue this uptrend here. I mean, you take a look, guys, at our moving averages, our 50 and our 200 here. We're still way up above them. And this is called catching air. So on the last video, we were talking about how high we were up above these moving averages. You know, this is Bitcoin. Sometimes you can get a whole nother extension to the upside, but sometimes you get pulled back into those, find support, and then move higher. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin, guys. I'm not panicking at this position right now. I actually have some buy orders in. I believe I put them in at about 53,700, right in that range, right up above this area, in case we do get one of those sharp wicks to the downside. I'd like to pick a little bit up. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin, guys. Not panicking right now, paying attention, and also paying attention, guys, just because I want to teach you all this stuff. Remember how we were pointing out this bearish engulfing candle? That can always be a sign that in the shorter term here, we could be moving to the downside, just like a bullish engulfing back in here showed we were moving to the upside. So just really look at these support areas, see if we can find some, and just really step back and look at the big picture. So that's going to be Bitcoin, guys. If you get some from that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know down low, are you still in your positions? Are you trading? Just say still in position, out of position, took profit, stopped out. I would love to hear your guys' opinions. So next one I want to take a look at here was Ethereum. Take a look at ETH. ETH right now we're fighting to stay up above $4,000. Main thing I want to see for Ethereum here is going to be for us to hold 4,000. That's really important. Then it's going to be down to around this 3,964 on the 1 day time frame. So we're going to want to hold that area. If we do go a little bit lower, we could look down even to about 3,628. Could be a potential support area that we would want to hold as well. Paying attention to this trend line, because if we do get a trend line break, guys, then maybe we will go a little bit lower. But overall for Ethereum, I still think it's going to be blue sky breakouts ahead once we can get over top of about $4,400. You know, if you really just take a look at this pattern here, guys, this definitely looks like, you know, say we even come down into this range a little bit more. Let me draw this out for you. So say even this, we come back down in this range a little bit. We come down here, we push up, we set our higher low, and then we come up and challenge some of these levels, and we have room on the relative strength so that when we do bust through, you know how ETH does it, guys. It basically does those straight up runs. Look at this right here, straight up, and that's what you have to be prepared for. So you'll have these type of movements here where you're not having those straight up moves until that end, and you really get that vertical line to the upside. So right now, if we take a look with our cipher, money flows in the green, VWAPs to the downside, negative 4.70. Definitely want to keep an eye on that. Relative strength is at 57 right now, so we want to find that support at 50 for the relative strength. So really watch these areas for Ethereum, guys. I'm still in my Ethereum positions, just letting these ride right now, being patient, looking for higher levels, and potentially we'll get them in the weeks to come here. So that's going to be Ethereum. If you're here for ETH, just put ETH down low. Next one we're going to take a look at is Litecoin. And with Litecoin, guys, I ended up getting stopped out. So I told you I would tell you when I got stopped out. So we entered at 157, and then this wick got me here. So basically what I was doing, guys, from 157 back in here with each high or low, I was just running those stop losses up. So I had one up here at about 184, and this wick got me here. So you know what? It's a positive trade. It's a winner. I'm just going to look for the next great opportunity, and that's just how I play these things, guys. So that was a trade all of itself. Then I'll look for a brand new price for Litecoin when I think the time's right for me, and I'll jump into that and try to ride it to the upside there. So I told you I'd let you know with Litecoin once I got out. So I am out of that. Blessed to have a good profit on that, and we'll just continue to see what we can do to find a new position for Litecoin. So, and guys, that's the name of the game. I mean, these long wicks and stuff to the upside, downside, they can get you all the time. It is what it is. And I used to get frustrated about that stuff. Now I look at it as a winner, have another great opportunity to be patient and look for a great entry opportunity. So that's how I'm playing these things. Relative strength right now is at 50 for Litecoin, so we want to hold that. If we take a look at our cipher, money flow still in the green, VWAP moving to the downside there, negative 11.27. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. Main area, guys, we went all the way down to 171, and that's how violent these things can be. And so these are like those stop hunts. So basically it got me, but it is what it is. So with these stop hunts here, now we have to see today where this candle is going to close. We want it to close up above this 200 moving average, and that's going to be at 187. So that's going to be an important area for us, and then we're going to have to try to get back up above that $200. So did have a pretty good dump come in here, guys, and you know, we just really have to watch these main areas right in here, and what's going to be important is watching Bitcoin. But always remember, guys, take a look at all these corrections back in here while we were running up. These are deep. We get big runs, and then we get these deep corrections. Big runs, deep corrections. So just be patient. You know, if you look at this overall structure here, we got a lot of room to potentially move to the upside in the weeks to come if we can keep this moving here. So, guys, that's Litecoin. Let me know down low what you're doing with your Litecoin positions. I told you what I'm doing with mine right there. I'm going to be looking for a re-entry price for Litecoin now when I feel like the time is right. So let me know down low. And also, guys, I appreciate the Litecoin people, all those thumbs up and everything. You guys really help out the channel. And then we're going to end here with ADA. ADA got beat up pretty good here as well. Guys, we wicked all the way down to 184 right there, almost testing that 200 moving average again. This was heavier volume to the downside. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. We are in the symmetrical triangle here, and we did get that break to the downside. So we have to see if these are just going to be really long wicks right here, and we have a chance of getting pushed to the upside, or if this was a serious dump here, guys. I just feel like there's a lot of manipulation in the market taking place right now. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. So if we take a look at the cipher here, money flow is in the red, so we got to watch that. VWAP, negative 16. Relative strength right now, we're looking at 36. So just remember, guys, with Cardano, it moves really hard and really fast when it does to either direction. So you always have to be prepared for that. But, you know, we're trying to find support off this 200 here, see if we can start reversing this back to the upside. Many times you can have these quick fake outs to the downside, and then it will rip to the upside. This is a wild market, guys, and you have to have your plans in place. So, you know, really watch $2. We need to get back above that. Then it's going to be $2.14 overhead resistance. Then it's going to be around that $2.24. Then to the downside, we don't want to drop much below that 178. So keep an eye on all these areas, guys. Love you all. God bless. Take care.